Hi guys, welcome to RCC Adventures. We are doing a quick oil service. It's an oil and filter change on the Golf, Tow Harlequin. It needed to have been done, oh god, back in August last year. We're now February, so yeah, I kind of missed on that, but the boat did come out of the water at that particular time, so that took all the priority, and other things have happened. Yeah, so it's time to actually finally do what we're supposed to do. It's now it's a Wednesday today. The sun was out. It's now clouding over, as particularly usual. As usual, it's always clouding over. I drove this back from work, so the oil was lovely and warm, so it should come out nice and easy. I am using an extractor, so lube oil extractor. And that's due to the fact that the sump plug cross-threaded before I had it. So previous owner unfortunately had the sump plug. Whoever put it in there didn't do a very good job, and it's stuck. So I'm not planning on taking it out and breaking it even more until I get a new sump. So we use that in the dipstick hole and go from there. I might change the spark plugs today, depending if the weather holds. Don't need to do an air filter because that's recently been done. What else was there? Oh yeah, I've also got the clamp that pretty much all Volkswagens have between the cat and the centre box. That sort of sleeve one. I've got a new one of those because this one's broken. You can tell that by the exhaust is hanging down, which is really annoying. So I will change that eventually as well. Probably not today. I am limited on daylight, so I'll probably just get the oil and filter changed, and that'll be about it. Needs clean. Really needs clean. I've only been using it for a week. To go to and from work, and I went up to my friend's place. About it, but it's just filthy. Wouldn't think it was lovely and clean when the cover went on before. Never mind. Right, so wait for the oil to come out, and then we'll move on. Doing this technique can take some time, but it saves the heartache of breaking your sump plug. Still coming out, so we just have to wait and wait and wait. But hey ho, need to clean this engine bay as well. It's pretty mank. Need a rocker cover gasket because that is, oh god. They say where there is oil, there is no rust, which is very true, but at the same time, it makes a lot of mess. Right, carry on doing the sucking and waiting. You won't have to endure that. You'll come back to when the filter is going in. The old one's coming out and the new one's going in. Right, so now we'll try and take off the old filter, which with this 30mm socket. Right, let's get this out of the way. Try not to make a mess. Get this out of the way. At the end of it in there. And the old drain pan. So it might make a little bit of a mess because there might be some, there's more likely going to be oil inside the cartridge still. So I've got cardboard underneath, which I will wipe up after, but because the car is too low, I can't get the pan underneath. I was going to jack it up, but I couldn't find a decent place to jack it up from that would just lift the car up enough to be able to make it level. So let's make some mesh, shall we? Now you might get a little bit of a crumpling noise out of the microphone because it is sort of attached to my jacket while I'm led down here, so sorry if it does make a noise. So the cartridge is just at the front here, and as I said, it's a 36mm socket to undo, which makes lives a lot easier when it's the cartridge style. So far, no oil has left the building, as they say. There is going to be some, but I'm hoping. Oh, here we go. Found it. Where's that tissue gone? There it is. Trying to minimise as much of a mess as I possibly can, which could be tricky. Trouble is, because I put that lip on it, I ain't going to be able to get that underneath, I don't think. Always try. Try and not fail. Yeah, don't fit. Right, okay, let's make mess then. Hopefully the tissue will grab most of it anyway. Some of it has gone on the cardboard already. If I do this swiftly, we could be good. I hope. Hopefully most of it's contained just to the cardboard anyway. If not the tissue. Well, there's quite a bit in there. Oh god. Oh god. That hasn't worked at all. Come here. I've made a mess. Glove is covered. Right. My glove is sodden in oil. Right, the socket is holding the cardboard up a bit, so it's sort of contained. Let's go get more tissue. Right. Right, so in the filter kit, you get a new O-ring, which if you look on the cartridge here, the O-ring is there. Just using a flat blade or a pick tool if you've got one. Take that out. I'll just put it down there for a second. Let's get the new one. Whilst we're out here, might as well put the filter in, and it sort of clips in. So if you look inside there, the bottom of the cartridge sort of clips in there like that, so you hear a nice clunk. New O-ring. Making sure it goes on the outside by the threads, not inside the cartridge. And going at the bottom. And whenever you change the filter, always put the new O-ring on. Otherwise you're going to have oil leaks, which you don't want. Right, so that's now ready to go back in. Then once that's in, all nicely buttoned up, don't do it too tight. I know you would have, when I first got this car, I did an oil and filter change on then. So if you've seen that, you know what we're doing. If you haven't, welcome. If you consider liking this kind of thing and you really want to carry on watching, please subscribe. Yeah, definitely need to clean the engine, because all around here, on the rocker cover, down the side of the rocker cover, all the secondary air system stuff on that side, down this side, the top of it's just horrible. It's all covered in old oil. So it's needed a rocker cover gasket for a long time. But we won't worry about that now. We'll do that another day. Right, let's get that bit of tissue. Ouch. Whilst bashing my head at the same time. Struggle doing this sort of thing on lowered cars. Makes life a little bit tricky and a little bit more fun. Right. I'm pretty sure I just put my head on an oily rag, so I've now got probably oil in my hair. That's the whole point, isn't it? Right. Shouldn't be easy to cross thread, but make sure you're doing it up by hand until it's nice and snug. And then with the ratchet with a 36 mil, not inch, socket on, just nip it up a little bit, not tight, because you could crack the housing. Just keep going until it's nice and flush. Oops, the thing fell off. Right, that's tight enough. We don't want to go any tighter than that because we will damage our housing. And that's the plastic housing that the filter goes in. Wipe up any excess. There's around. Lovely jubbly. Right, so that is the filter side of things done. Now let's go get a funnel. We can start putting oil in. Now I am at a slight angle, so the reading will read higher quicker. So when I get to close to full, I'll stop, run the engine, and I'll probably take it up the top where it's going to be flat ground, and check the level again and then top it up if need be. Right, so let's go get the funnel and then we can put in the new oil. Sorry for the any of the camera angles if you can't see properly. But the oil we're using for this is a 5W30, which is recommended for this car. We'll probably end up using a good portion of it. I think 4 litres came out, so we'll probably end up using just shy of 4 litres to put in. There's a 5 litre tub. We'll have to put it in slowly, so it's got enough space and time to go. Oh, look at that, bit of Star Trek and Star Wars there for you, or any space program. That's besides the point. I lost track of what I was saying now. Yeah. Reason why you do, there we go. Reason why you do regular oil changes on your car is because the older the oil is, the less viscous and effective it is at making sure that all the metal components inside your engine are not in contact with each other when they're hot or cold. So you need nice new oil, nice fresh oil, nice new filter, just to make sure that your engine's longevity is as top notch as it possibly can be. Right, let's check the dipstick now, shall we? Is that shroud broken? Yeah, unfortunately this car has had a hard life. Now I'm trying to bring it back to former glory. Slowly but surely, obviously. Right, let's see if there's anything on the dipstick now. Oh yeah, we are halfway. So that was a good reason to stop. So now it only needs a bit more. Let's think about it. When it's leveled out, it's probably now at minimum. So we'll put a bit more in. Get close to maximum as it sits. Start the engine up, so then it's got to fill up the oil filter. And we'll top it up again. We'll see if it needs topping up. So we'll only put a little bit in at the moment. I'll probably do. This is the bit that takes the most time. Just getting it to the right level. Always wipe it first, because you don't necessarily get a clean reading. Right, see? Yeah, we're not far from the max. I'm not sure if you can see that on there. It's not far from the max, so we'll put a little tiny bit more in. We'll run it up, and then, as I said, top it up if necessary. So if you're just tuning in, welcome. And if you could please give this video a like and a comment, share with your friends, and consider subscribing. Because we do these, we've done a fair amount of these videos now, and I've had good feedback. Or pretty much spot on. Pretty much spot on. I'm happy with that. So right, we'll put the oil cap back on in the engine bay. We'll start her up, let her run for a bit, turn her off. We'll check the well, once we turned her off, let her cool down again. We'll let the oil get back to the sump, and then we'll check again and see how much extra oil we need to put in. Probably not a lot. Right, we'll put that in there. We'll pop that on the extremely oily old cardboard. Right. Start her up, let the oil get around the engine, and go from there. We'll make sure there's no oil leaks underneath either. It's all done up. Yeah, there's no dripping that I can see. Oh, more mess. More mess I've got to clean up. As long as if it's sort of around near the full mark, then I'm happy. And then if need be, I'll top it up a bit more at a later date. Right, so that has dropped quite a bit. So here's a big cartridge to fill. We'll add more oil. Again, not too much because it doesn't take much to show a different reading on the dipstick. Yep, that is good. We are where we need to be. So I'll leave it there, clear up all my mess, and say adieu to you lovely people at home. Right. So before we end, put the cap the right way, make myself happy, and if you could, I know I've said it already in the video, but if you could please subscribe, like and share. Share it with your friends, because the more views that I get, the better. And if you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll get all the notifications for any of the videos that are coming up. and I start adding up my tally for subscribers, and I can get to that elusive 1,000 subscribers, and you know, start earning some money, so more projects can happen, more things to the current projects can happen, and the more views that I get as well also aids that. So if you could please do that for me, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.